these people have been in the spotlight. Who is it going to be today? Daily, every 4 hours. Spotlight.
Hello again and welcome to Spotlight. I'm Algernov and today we will be trying to find a job in Russia. Russia is a booming economy, a rapidly growing market. What are the most demanded specialists in this country, and is it worth looking for a job on the Russian recruiting market? How does the process of globalization influence the recruiting business? To answer these and other questions, our guest in the studio today is a professional headhunter, head of an international recruitment agency operating in Russia, Mr. Tremayne Elson.
At the age of 8, Tremayne Elson built cars out of Lego and tried to sell them to his father. "You'll go far," Elson remembered his father saying, and Elson Sr. was right. His son went on to trot around the globe, finally setting far from his hometown in England to head one of Moscow's oldest recruitment agencies. After graduating, Elson took a sales job with a confectionery firm, but the call of adventure prompted him to leave the job after just 18 months to backpack around the world. "I'm never happier than when I'm on the road," explained Elson, who traveled across China, India and Eastern Europe with a friend. Later he joined a wine-producing company operating worldwide. As fun as the job may sound, it still wasn't enough for Elson. In his search for something else, he came across a recruitment agency and his future career. The company's short one-year lifespan and his own lack of experience in the field didn't worry Elson, who was eager to take Moscow by storm. "I've traveled somewhere internationally every week for the past 7 years," said Elson, who jets around the world on business or to see his wife and sons in London. Elson can't say where his current career will lead him, but he certainly enjoys the thrill of working in Moscow today.
Hello, Mr. Elson, and welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for being with us. Well, first of all, more and more people, more and more foreigners, people from all around the world are seen today in Russian offices or wherever working here. So, would you, as a specialist, suggest to our viewers to start looking for a job in Russia?
I think there's a lot of people who see images of Russia overseas that are not always positive, but my view is very much that my career for the last 13 years has been in Russia. I know many Russian nationals, many expatriates who have forged very successful careers in Russia. So the answer to the question is yes, Russia very much is one of the developing countries in the world, a BRIC country. There are many opportunities here. Looking at Russia as an option, if you're looking from outside of Russia, is something I would suggest you do. If you're already within Russia, then you already know that the opportunities are here.
Well, you mentioned Russia being part of the BRIC countries, which is Brazil, Russia, India and China. Where would you suggest looking for better jobs opportunity? In this same order or differently?
Well, I may be slightly biased. I still believe that Russia provides still a good balance of an economy which is becoming more developed. If you compare it to somewhere like China, where I think they still have huge potential, but a long way to go in terms of some of the infrastructure there and the work in the workplace. Brazil, I can't really talk about. India, I've been to India, travelled around India extensively, and I think it comes back to the fact that for me, and for many people that I know who've been involved in developing markets, Russia still presents a very good option.
Okay, so let's make it, according to you, it's not brick, but like a Rubik.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Well, What are the cities? Well, Russia is pretty different from most of the European countries, from America, because life is very different and job opportunities should be pretty different in different cities. So are there only are the cities only Moscow, St. Petersburg, maybe Nizhny Novgorod, and a couple of other cities where people could find job opportunities, or they are all around the place?
I guess it's right across the entire country.
Really?
Obviously, most business is dealt with through Moscow. We have clients that have needs from anywhere from Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk to St. Petersburg to Central Siberia, Far East, and even some of the former Soviet republics.
But Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk, for a specialist maybe in Brussels, is the middle of nowhere. He would never go there.
Well, most people we talk to who say, well, we want a job in Russia, wouldn't know where to find Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk. In fact, 90% of places where we've done recruitment outside of Moscow. But they're probably not the right people to go there anyway. If you're working in the oil and gas industry, oil and gas doesn't typically get mined or brought out of the ground in the centre of large conurbations, so you expect to go to places like that.
Mm-hmm. What other trades? You mentioned the oil industry, which is, well, definitely one of the main fields of Russian economy. But what other trades and professions are most welcome in this country, would you say?
Oil and gas is a large employer. If you look at what industries have high demand and where we're asked to get involved, it's typically those industries where it's difficult to find talent. That means that Russia hasn't had a great deal of time to develop some of those skills. So let's say investment banking, for example, is an area where Russia at best has had 10 years to develop some of the skills. Where there's a lack of skills, what do? You look outside the country for one of two types of people, either Russian nationals who've left, developed careers outside of Russia, or you look at expatriates who maybe haven't worked in Russia or have had some exposure to Russia in the past and want to bring the skills that they've developed into Russia and help train others.
But when we're talking about the oil and gas industry, it isn't only specialists in oil and gas. These are a variety of professions like transport specialists, developers, I don't know, financial specialists, interpreters, whatever, yeah?
Yes, most companies employ the fairly usual disciplines, finance, some support functions like human resources. Most companies have an IT network. Most companies require lots of functions. Oil and gas specifically demands technical specialists. There are a lot of technical people in Russia. Russia's always been traditionally a good provider of local staff with good skills. But try and harmonise that with a Western outlook on, say, quality and safety, or standards of other areas. Sometimes you have to look outside of Russia to the West.